Episode 1, Cozy Conversations. We're here with DG Reserve. Everybody can come in.
What's up, y'all? I'm Adam, here at DG Reserve.
My good man.
Kiel, DG Reserve also.
Yeah, my other good man.
What's up, man? I'm here.
The good man. You heard? So yeah, this is like the #1 place to buy shit in the city. It didn't exist when I was coming up, and now it exists.
Man, it's from meeting NFL players to NBA players. That was always a dream of mine, like selling shoes. Like, my dream is to, like, say, Meek Mill call me. Boom. Yo, I got a show tonight in DC. I need you to bring me a pair of shoes. Boom, I'm on the way. Here go the backstage passes.
Y'all putting fits together, somebody can really pull up and get what they need. Like, as somebody who was putting fits together for the people like the Meeks, the Wale's, the Sean's, and the third. See, that's how I got my come up in all of this. When I was like 14, 15, 16 years old, I met Wale's entourage in line for Yeezy 2. So, no, I'm bugging. Yeezy 1. Blink Yeezy 1, the black one. Security Mall Shoe City had 5 pairs. I'm in line, and the other 4 dudes in line had like chillin' merch on. He had just put out the song with Gaga. And I had already been around his team and things like that just from my older brother. You know my older brother. Big Ronnie from the Baltimore Sneaker Show, just having like a presence within that space, doing things like you were just talking about, pulling up, dropping off shoes and things like that. And as I was bubbling, doing my thing, I'm styling and not getting paid for it. I'm bouncing around from show to show and just giving like expertise, aka consulting. Not really knowing what I was doing blindly, and then eventually that landed me a brand gig. But to see all that retail has been able to do, not even just retail, but specifically within this space where we talking about, you know, shit that make the needle move as far as culture, to be able to like take you from a place of probation to evolution into your manhood and being able to provide for your family and things like that, all by way of this shit right here. Like, it's crazy. I was selling shoes out my locker in high school. You talk about working at, you said Foot Locker?
Foot Locker, yeah.
When I was 14, I had just got my worker's permit. Owens Mills Mall was still a thing. And y'all not from here. You're not from, none of y'all from
None of them from here.
Whoever watching this, if you're from here, you understand the severity of what Owens Mills Mall used to be. And they gave me a gig as stockroom manager, right? In my head, I'm thinking, I'm got a managerial role. I got in that stockroom. It was a mess.
Nice.
And they hired me for attention to detail. So every single day, I'm waking up with pride going to work. I got this managerial role. I'm 14 years old, but I'm really just organizing the stockroom, this new inventory. Turning Burn coming in every single day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Mall. That's the closest mall at that time to the training facility with the Ravens. So a lot of guys, it's coming straight from practice. Go grab some little whatever the stand and third forces. Might be Dunkins, might be foams, whatever. It's like popping at the time. DTLR had that.
They had it.
Yeah. Whatever you needed. This is like predating a lot of the hype shops and things like that came later. I think at that time, like some of the closest places that we had Shop Gente in Baltimore. We had Major in DC.
Yeah.
Like Georgetown and stuff like that. It was a couple of different places, but it wasn't too much of that going on because a lot of what I'm talking about predates that community having infrastructure to be able to live in the malls, to live like in the places that y'all are able to live, shit like that. But just wanted to make that a focal point.
Yeah, for sure. Like, definitely.
From, like, you trying to find your way to finding your way and then walking in your path and then being able to influence lives that come like beyond that all by way.
Yeah, but like fashion and sneakers, and I think like from where I was to where I am now, this is what's going to take me to what's next. My next move. This is going to, like, I'm going to meet the person that I need to meet, or like, you know, dress the person I need to dress. Whatever it is, like, this is when it's going to elevate me to my next.
Yep. And we're going to put a pin in there. We're going to get back to that. Well, my good man, Adam, how do you come into the fold?
So I was actually like raised like just outside of Silver Spring, but I moved to North Carolina when I was like 11 or 12.
So all y'all piece up from the realm of North Carolina. Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
So then I lived in Greensboro for a while, and Greensboro is like really where like high school and then like college age is when I was like really getting into sneakers and like Supreme and Bape and all that stuff. Really, it was like I was into sneakers, and then like Odd Future came out, and I was like, oh, it's over. Like box logos, Supreme, Bape, like all that stuff. Flatbush Zombies, Underachievers, like all that like New York stuff. ASAP Mob. That's when I was like, what the hell's Rick Owens? And that like is what I got into, but I couldn't afford anything back then. And then
but you bought it all in your head.
Yeah.
That's very important. Pause. That's very important. Fill your cart up. Go on these websites, fill your cart up. I don't want to pause you right now, but nah, fill your fucking cart up, bro. You gotta fill your cart up. I used to just go on Essence and fill up my cart with everything I ever wanted on the web. I go from A to Z. Like
back when Barney's was a thing too, their website, that was a big one.
Don't just talk about Barney's, talk about the sale.
Yeah.
They would do a sale. That's how I would find out like the new designers and shit like that, because I would go to the clearance section and go low to high.
Yeah.
And I'm finding everything that I thought was cool. That's how I found out about Greg Lauren.
Yeah.
That's how I found out about like Philip Lim. That's how I found out about who's the designer that did UAS? Tim Coppins. Who studied under Ralph Lauren and just cuts and fabric and all types of shit that got me hyped. And the price point made sense for where I was. And I didn't have to go to Zara to be able to just be clothed. I was able to buy something that I could like carry with me in my adulthood. Like, it's very important to just fill your cart up. You get very used to it, and then you see that number, and it's like, I can get that. And if I could get that, I could get everything that come with that. And then with that, I'll be able to propel myself, like we were talking about, different ways. But back to you.
No, yeah, you're good.
Fill your cart up.
It's funny you said that because I remember adding the it was like the Saint Laurent jeans with like the leather biker patches.
Yo, bro, I was just talking to him about this. That's my favorite
I know.
of all time, bro.
Yeah.
What size? It's a denim leather situation that has zippers designed by Eddie Slimane. Yo, bro. It's
peak Hetty. Peak Hetty. Peak Saint Laurent. And
the greatest pair. I had my college girlfriend bought me them for Christmas on an Essence sale. Her mother called me. Mind you, the retail was almost like 2 bands.
Yeah,
maybe a little
it was
bit.
a lot.
It might be north of that. I found a pair. I wear like a 28, 29 in the waist. I found a pair 32, and she bought them for me for Christmas. It was like $650 or something like that. Her mom left me a voicemail demanding that I bring them back. And in my head, these pants ain't coming back. Leave all y'all about these pants. These I had to study. I'm watching while they tear them off the phones and they get. Oh my god, I'm not.
No, you're good, man. No, but yeah, like to me, that's like what propelled that pair of pants is really like what propelled me from like just being into like Supreme, the hundreds, Diamond Supply, and like make the jump into like getting into like luxury designer stuff. You know, and then like reading about like Hetty and what he did at like Dior and like all that stuff. Like I just like loved the lore of it, like reading about it.
That rabbit hole.
Yeah, couldn't buy any of it at the time. You know, ended up having to like get rid of pretty much everything like
That's
cool
semantics,
and hype.
by the way. If you cannot afford it, that shit is, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
As long as you can see it, think it, and see yourself in it, the finances will come. It's about walking in your purpose, and eventually it'll land in your, it'll make sense.
Yeah.
Especially if you can tell somebody else what they should be putting on, you'll have it in no time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
For real.
And then I ended up moving to Asheville. That's where I met Mason. And I remember he was either wearing Red Octobers or the Off-White Chicago ones.
Either way,
and I was like, I gotta go talk to this dude. And I remember talking to him, and I had just gotten the pair of the like the satin black toe Jordan 1s, I think it was. And I just sold him. He was like, why didn't you sell them to me? I was like, well, I didn't know you. But then we just started like messaging back and forth. I'd sell him some shoes, like whatever. Then I moved to Philly, and we just kind of kept in contact. But I'd never met Kiel or Gilbert before. And then I was in Philly for a few years. Mason came up, just visiting, I think. And we met up, and he was like, I'm opening a store in Baltimore. You should come like check it out. So I came down here, and basically they were like, you want to work here? And I was like, yeah, I could be down in a couple months. And so then I moved back down here, and that's how I like met both of them. I actually had met Kiel at SneakerCon last year in Philly, but we only met for a couple hours and grabbed a cheesesteak. So then I never met. Shout out Ishka Bibbles in Philly.
I was just about to say, I'm more Maxis myself, but I love Ishka.
But and then I met Gil when I got here. I met Kiel more, met the whole store, and it's been great. I mean, I was like, it's always been a dream to like work with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like to be, my job is to come in and talk about shoes with people and talk about clothes and like fashion. Stuff comes in, like, you know, we got a pair of Dornbecker 4s in like maybe a year ago, but being able to like hold this pair dead stock with the receipt from, what was it? Foot Locker in Las Vegas, something like that. That it had the receipt in the box. And I'm like, this is crazy, dude. Like you can't, like you never get to hold this stuff, like let alone see it. Like, and I've got it in my hands right now. Like, it's like museum quality shit to me.
That to me is the equivalent of filling up your cart.
Yeah.
Until you can actually see a stage, like don't make it so unattainable. Like I was just listening to that conversation. I'm not sure if y'all caught it with Complex with like Nast and Tremaine Emery.
Yeah, I saw a little bit.
I saw some of the Tremaine stuff. Yeah.
It's an extensive conversation,
Yeah.
so you might not have caught everything, but the cool part about it for me was everybody just talking about how they went about acquiring their pieces.
Yeah.
However you get it, do your thing. But like Tremaine Emery was talking about, like back in like his era
Yeah.
was like also the era of time where credit card companies were targeting college kids.
Yeah.
So the second he got on campus, they're throwing cards at him, the $10,000 limit. He's going to fraud. I need 10 pairs.
Yeah.
Of that World Cup. I need that. Like now. What we put with it, don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned them too, because like I remember following like Ev Bravado. I think I can't remember what his like first brand was, but when he was just like screen printing shit in his
Shout
house.
out to him, by the way.
Yeah, and like Tremaine Emery. Oh, sorry.
I don't know. I shouldn't. Did I bring her up? I don't know, but my son's mom was the lead in his show like 2022.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was on a Facebook. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Go ahead.
But yeah, so like him following like the Beastroid dudes, like shout out Beastroid, I've got the socks on. Yeah. Like all these dudes on Tumblr, Tremaine Emery, Ass Pizza, Kerwin Frost, and like they felt like what you're talking about, the like attainableness, like the shit is attainable. Like these were people who were just like also kids. Yeah. It felt like to me just like doing what they wanted to do and seeing like, you know, Beastroy's doing fucking walks in New York Fashion Week. Who decides war just collab with H&M? Like fucking Ass Pizza. You know, I don't know if that was a Supreme collab or not, but he's like bigger than ever. Yeah. All that shit is just like, I'm like, these were kids. Yeah. Like these are just kids that were doing the same thing as me. And, you know, and they made it. You know what I mean? And like that shit, like that whole era of like the youth and all that shit was like so fucking cool to like be a part of.
I want to speak to that terminology as well. The whole idea around quote unquote making it. The only way to make it is to make it.
Yeah.
Like the same way you bake a cake, you made your cake.
Yeah.
The cake would not be there had you not made the
cake.
All you got to do is follow the steps that you lay out for yourself, walk it down. It's not complicated. Goes back. Add the cart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Add the cart. Will come when you actually press purchase.
Yeah.
Like when I first signed my Under Armour deal, the first thing I did, go back to the cart.
Yeah.
I went back to the cart. I went to Essence immediately. Yeah. A to Z, I need all that.
Yeah.
And it all showed up in the mail. After you do it a few times, you start realizing just how much you bought that you really didn't need.
Yeah.
And you can refine from there, which is also the worst enemy of a lot of people having too much accessible to them.
Yeah.
Can make drastic stylish mistakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the topic here.
Yeah. So
that's how you come into the fold.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's how I ended up here. So last May, I've been here a little bit over a year now. Love it here. Love Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Love how close to Philly we are. Love how close to DC. Love all the shit we get in. Anytime somebody comes in with a big bag of shit, I'm peeking over Kiel's shoulders. He's looking through it, and I'm like, yeah, Kiel. Kiel, I want that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Goes through his hand. Everything that comes to the stores, that comes in the store, goes through his hand.
Yeah.
He's the one that's like making the choosing what we're gonna have in the store. So you can't have a store like this. Oh yeah, in Mason too. Mason senses a lot of stuff. You got a good salad, knows what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's like picking and choosing what's in and what's what makes the store.
So
we're not just taking anything in.
Back. Question for you. How have you seen inventory fluctuate since you've been here? From maybe not since you've been here. Let's refine the time up here. Maybe like within the past year and a half. How has what's coming in the store changed? Because I can speak to it from the perspective of buyer. I'm really more in the mindset of like we've been talking about Redon's build not buy. At this point, I'm dressed in my own shit. But what like there's been a shift.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see what brands coming in the store right now. Within the past week, what have you seen?
I've seen a bunch of Amiris.
I
want to say.
Mind you, we're in Baltimore, Maryland at this point in time.
A bunch of Amiris, Dior's.
Like current or Dior from like 2000, 2001?
Current.
Okay.
Current.
So they buying it and selling it to you right away.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Pretty much.
Heard you.
Now I'm seeing a lot of denim tears coming back.
Denim tears is coming in.
couple Supreme, not just like the old Supreme.
OG Supreme. Okay.
What's that one? I think it's Duke Capital.
Apple.
Hellstar. I mean, it's a lot to really like choose from, but like it's been more that I've seen like just shift. Everybody's, let me say this: the seasons, like when different seasons, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So like now it's about to start getting like cold at September.
Yeah.
Everybody wants some Marys.
Why is that though?
I think
they just gotta wear jeans. I
feel like it's just the slim, the skinny jeans. That look.
Yeah.
I was from Asheville. Is literally my dress, the way I dress, is a lot. When I moved here, I'm like, damn, these jeans are so tight on this person. Like I'm just looking, it's so weird. Cause I'm used to like the baggy type kind of. I'm more of a slim, not really like that much skinny. But yeah, I mean when I'm back there behind that counter, people bring in some stuff. I see a lot of Louis Vuitton shirts, a lot of track suits, Prada shirts.
That's for the people that's paying attention right now. The reason I highlight the fact that we're in Baltimore, Maryland, and he's talking about Amiri, because when I watch shows like Power, the wardrobe styling is so on point and so on par for New York, because New York is still a thing as far as like Amiri.
Right.
Amiri is still a thing in New York. They have a place in Soho that's like a beautiful retail space. In LA, it's not as prominent, even though they hold that space on the top of Rodeo, which is like old, I think it's the old Saint Laurent store, something along those lines. But they can afford to be there because they flourish in other places. So even though it's not the quote unquote go-to brand for people on the West Coast right now, because style is evolving in a different direction. On this side, they are very much so still wearing Amiri.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah. Baltimore keeps Amiri.
Shout out to Nima. Yeah.
Baltimore is definitely a Amiri place. Anytime we post Amiris,
they go
gone the same day. Literally, they do not last.
That's crazy.
Literally, because I think I just posted something yesterday. Dude literally came in the mall at 8:00. Yeah. He said, "Do you still have these Amiris?" Post them $425 brand new.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy. I'm not gonna get into semantics about what you pay and where it goes.
Yeah.
Like that. That's more interesting in the business world. But questions for me? Anybody want to talk about anything?
Your brand.
My brand? What you want to know? What?
I see Gilbert wearing it.
Oh my God.
I was gonna ask you about your pants. What
Man,
you know
I
what?
got a haircut for the first time yesterday in almost 3 months because I'm recording music right now and I'll cut my hair while I'm recording music with some new shit I'm doing, trying to be Jay-Z and shit like that. But my barber was on my heels about it, like wouldn't take the money. Talking about, when can I get some clothes? Why you holding out on the clothes? That and that. I said, man, nobody got it right now. He don't know that you got it. Yeah. Other people give me problems about the fact that you have it.
So you haven't came out with nothing.
It ain't that I ain't came out with nothing. It's just it's been very like niche and specific because one, I can't half step. Two, I know if I attach my name, like what it has to be and what I'm willing to not like go under. Like the bar has been set for my own mind. And for me, more so than anything, coming from Under Armour, storytelling is like the #1 thing when it comes to selling product. People don't really realize that Under Armour lacked storytelling, which is why they can't sell product. If you look at Nike, you look at Air Jordan, and I actually in 2021 had a conversation with the marketing department at Nike about a role where I would have took on the brand strategy and writing the strategy for like Serena Williams, Braun, all the top assets. But the conversation was rooted around steering the conversation more toward owning the narrative of the athlete in a way that they used to. Like, if you watch the Tiger Woods documentary, they talk about what a Nike ad did for his career. I think I just tapped this button. Does that do something? I think it's good. They talked about what a Nike ad would do for his career. That weight don't hold the same now. After the game, if LeBron had 36 and 3 of them was like spectacular dunks, he's going on his Instagram and he's going to post the exact dunk that he just had seconds before in the game. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait until ESPN top 10 plays to run it and then they give you their perspective of it, whether you like their perspective or not. Bron can speak directly from his own mouth through his own channel, which is why you see platforms like The Shop go from HBO back to YouTube when it started on YouTube. Even though HBO is a great partner, you can own your own narrative just by way of YouTube. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't need all these big distribution factors and this, that, and the third. If anything, you get sponsors that come in and kind of like give you dollars and cents to enhance what you got going on. But to mute the voice of the athlete, they literally said, I don't want to use her name, but specifically on the call, she's like, how do we own this freedom that they have in a way that we can control it more and steer it to our liking? The reason I left Under Armour was because of the fact that they was like exploiting us in a way that forced us to speak or learn a language that we didn't understand. I'm heading into these conversations, and we could say it for the sake of like my previous affiliations with, like, for instance, Gervonta Davis or something along those lines. We came in around the same time. I had been at the company probably like 2.5 years prior to him getting there. He gets there, and that conversation with him signing the Under Armour started from a DM. Anyways, yeah, so I'm at Under Armour, and I didn't like the way that they was having conversations. I did the Gervonta Davis deal, A$AP Rocky deal, same time. Rocky had infrastructure because he had already been around brands, like had sneaker deals, things of that nature. Gervonta didn't have nobody around. Is it on?
Yes.
Yeah, Gervonta didn't have nobody around him that was like steering him in that direction. So I saw myself in him in the sense that, like, this is like one of the first opportunities I got to do a big deal. Let me hold my man down. And we developed a friendship offline that kind of helped with all of that. So we walking into meetings, I'm like, yo, bro, sit up straight in this one. Say yes to this, say no to that type shit. So much so it got to the point where Under Armour started to notice, and they like, don't forget what side of the negotiating table you on. And I had some decisions to make. So that's a conversation for another day, but decisions got made, and I went on to just manage him full time and took everything I had intel-wise with me. The CEO left, I left, all good. And it made perfect sense to me to be doing exactly what I was doing. As I stepped into the world of independent, I just wanted to do my own thing, bro. Like, just get creative projects off as seamlessly as possible. Sometimes when you align yourself with people, though, that can slow up the process if they're not the right partner. Fortunately enough, right now, I have all the right partners. But the reason why my brand is so close to my chest is because I feel like if I let it go, I could lose it. I can detail that up a little bit more. Like, right now, all right, for instance, look at me. I'm not going to walk down the street, even just getting dressed today, right? I'm trying to separate myself from even my friends that might have influence and shit like that. Because I like my individuality. I appreciate my individuality. Tyler just went on that Maverick Carter show. Mm-hmm. Maverick Carter does a segment, and Tyler just did it where he was talking about how all these rappers are dressing the same, buying the same thing. And
with the barbershop?
No, not the shop. This is a separate series, separate segment. But to just walk outside and be an individual is just so important to me. These 85s mean something to me because, like we talked about earlier, I was born on October 26th. I know nobody gonna have these on, and I wear them in a way that's comfortable to me. These Acne jeans look like the Balenciagas, but they Acne. I did this knee slip myself. I put a Drake lyric. I talked to God standing up straight. I don't get on my knees. That's from an unreleased Drake song that didn't come out, but I put it on my pants with my own Sharpie. So when I walk outside, and for instance, I wore these to the Nego exhibit when they did the auction with Jupiter. And Swizz Beatz' son was asking me questions about how to get them and this, that, and the third. But he couldn't get them because, come on, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, or this shirt is mine. Or, for instance, this belt might be from Manna Hatter, but I'm doing a lot. I'll tell you the truth. They gave me this bitch for my birthday. For me. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. Or like, I don't know, bro. Or just something as small as like the way I carry my keys now. It's just for me. It's for me. This is like my actual key holder, locked to a Louis bag. This is like an AirPod case that don't even fit no more. Inside of it is a message from my mom. Like, it's just certain things that mean shit to me. It ain't really about nobody else. I put this on here so I can clean my glasses. If I keep my glasses there, I can just wipe them off. I don't know, bro. It's just hard to keep going outside and everything you see is just carbon copy, mannequin, copy, paste. And I'm a byproduct of it because I'm like part of the problem in a sense that I sold my aesthetic to a few different people that are running the wave right now and cool. But the good part about owning a brand is that I could steer it. Nego didn't allow vape to be sold in doors that he didn't approve. Or you could take the approach of somebody like Jerry Lorenzo, who has let up a bit. Fear of God is a little bit more like close to his chest, but essentials can live everywhere. And that's why now I'm like, separating to the point where you have Static Passion brand that is far more one of one, far more cut and sew, far more less replicate, and then you have Static Passion Plus will live in like some of the things that I walk away from Under Armour being able to possess, that turn and burn, that accessibility and price point, still see 10 deep, Supreme at retail type shit. Like that should be what we're pushing from that hub. I don't even know what the question was. I just had some shit to get off.
No, I like because you was talking about how you like when you go out or you're around all these other people.
Yeah, bro, you're not gonna be able to see me and somebody else. And when the real thing walk in the room, people will always be able to tell the difference.
Right.
And when we go out, say you are my client, say you are my partner or client of old, for lack of a better term, you're going outside, they're gonna clearly be able to see. Like, no, lack of a better example is Jay-Z and Myth Bleak. Myth Bleak might have more money than Hove, but they still gonna know who Hove is when Hove open his mouth. And when you 100%. Step to that booth, it just is what it is, bro. Like, I look at Melo and LeBron. Y'all might look at it differently, but I look at Melo and LeBron back in like 2011.
Yeah, neck and neck.
2012. You look at the rookie stats back in when. Come on, bro. They should have been co rookies of the year. But when you add narrative and this and Melo's coming off the heels of everything Allen Iverson related, and the NBA changing the dress code in order to like keep Allen Iverson in this round. Meanwhile, Kobe got this. No, not LeBron because I got friends on his team and shit like that. But come on, bro. It's just it goes to show you what narrative can actually do. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel what you're saying because like, let's say like when I go out, let me go backward. I didn't really have. People may say I did. I don't know, probably. But to me, I feel like people said I had a nice style, but I feel like now I didn't really know. I didn't really know like fashion like that. Adam here,
my dog,
literally. When I first I didn't like Adam. I'm just gonna say this. I didn't like when I first he wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I didn't like Adam.
Yeah.
I think I felt like it was just like I don't know what it was. I felt like it was a vibe. We was at SneakerCon.
Okay.
We went to go eat, and then I've never been around someone that puts their feet up like this.
Okay.
Like we were at Ishkabibbles, and I put my foot up like this.
He had his foot up like that, and
oh yeah. Okay.
So I'm looking at him like, Nick got his feet up like this.
Rick Rubin era, like the aura.
Yeah. So he came here. He started working at the store, and then he's like I said again, I wasn't really into. I would just get dressed.
Yeah.
I wasn't really big into like the fashion,
the styling aspect.
Yeah, so again, when Mason, he moved up here. Mm-hmm. I saw him with the Balenci's and stuff like that. Yeah. Asheville that's not something you would see in Asheville.
And
if you did, they're going down to Charlotte, Atlanta, doing this and doing that. Yeah. Me moving here, man, I'm big like Balenciaga.
Yeah.
I'm still big on. I love Balenciaga. Like we went through New York. First time been in New York this year. The day before my birthday, I wanted to go straight to Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't buy anything because they didn't have my size in the shoe that I wanted.
Yeah.
But again, like Adam, he put me on. Like I'm thinking, like Rick Owens never will wear Rick Owens, but now I do. Have a couple pair of Balenci's. Then wasn't really a big fan of Chrome Hearts. Now I'm big on Chrome Hearts and stuff like that. Yeah. And I felt like that set my tone as like what fashion brands what my lane is. Yeah. And how to get dressed and stuff like that. Right now I got these from TikTok. But
man, that's your business.
I did, but shop TikTok shop, man. You know what I'm saying? I saw it on somebody was wearing it.
We got some time. We're good. Go downstairs. Yeah, so we're gonna go in for like this. One of my questions I got for you is, what's one of your favorite pair of Jordans? Favorite pair of Jordans.
Right now, my favorite pair of Jordans.
All time. Silhouette.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's probably not what you'd expect. I like I like Cherrywood 16s. I like Lightning 17s,
Yeah,
pre-retro.
the Jason Kidd era.
Yeah, Mike Bibby
Bibby.
specifically. The headband.
Yeah,
I was hooping.
Sack.
Yeah, he was a dog too. But I like Jordan 20. When they did the City Series Jordan 20, I think Chicago got the red for Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
The chutney went to the East Coast, and then the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken, was like a baby blue color. And my 8th grade year, from Cinderella Shoes or DTLR, one of the two, I got that chutney Jordan 20. And my older brother was wavy. He had the quick strike pair that had the black patent leather strap. It had the ankle out. You could do cool shit like open the top of the 20 and let the thing go around the side. I love the 20s. That's like my favorite pair.
Yeah, let's go look at some shoes.
Yeah, we can
Go look at some shoes
Yeah.
now.
Cool.